So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to translate English phrases into math, and specifically we're going to talk about problems that are called mixtures. And this is basically in accord with the Common Core for high school algebra, creating equations standard A2. So here's the situation. We're going to take this scenario right here, and we're going to translate this into mathematics so that we can actually try to solve it. Now, the purpose in this particular video is not to solve this, but to translate it correctly, okay? So let's see what we can do. Now, whenever I do these, I take each of these sentences to give us information. And a lot of times a sentence is itself an equation, but in this case, maybe not. But that's just kind of a nice rule of thumb. And I usually cross things out as I translate them. Okay, so let's just take a look at this first one. It says that a fuel producer is formulating a fuel mixture that contains 54% alcohol. Okay, so I am actually going to create something that has 54% alcohol. Now, one of the tricks that I want you to use is that whenever you see 54% like this, always change it to the decimal form, okay? So that's the first little hint. Change percents to decimals. And you're going to almost always do that whenever you're trying to solve these kind of problems, all right? So 54% is just 0.54. Now, in order to make this fuel, they're going to take 1,800 liters of 60% ethanol. Now, how would I translate that? I would basically say 1,800 liters, and remember the word of is like saying multiplication, so of 0.60% ethanol. Okay, because remember you're going to take 60% and change it to a decimal. And add, that's easy enough, some, so we don't know, 40% ethanol. So again, 0.40, and again, we don't know how much the quantity there is going to be. And then the final question is, how much 40% ethanol should be used to create this new mixture that's 54% ethanol, right? So 0.54. And now the final volume is going to be 1,800 plus whatever I add. So the 1,800 of the 60% and then whatever I added here. So I'm just going to go 1,800 plus X. And that would be a correct translation of this particular scenario. Okay? Now, let me just give you another way of doing this. This is a little bit more visual, and I kind of like this one. I call this the magic cans. Okay? Now, what do I mean by that? So the magic cans look something like this. I'm going to take one mixture, and I'm going to add it to another mixture, and I'm going to produce a larger mixture. Okay? Now, notice that this is just like a representation of containers or cans or something like that. Now, in the main body of the can, like whenever you go to a store, you'll see the labels, right? This part is going to represent the quantity, almost always. So the quantity will be written here, a quantity will be written here, and a quantity will be written here. Up in this top part, I'm going to write down whatever the percentage is. Okay, so let's go ahead and read this again. A fuel producer, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different places where I'm going to be writing information, all right? So let's read. A fuel producer is formulating a fuel mixture that contains 54% ethanol. So this is the places. The final product is going to be 54%. To make this fuel, they're going to take 1,800 liters of 60%. So I'm just going to put the quantity here, and it's 0.60. All right? So he's going to have this much 1,800 liters of 60%. And they're going to add 40%, but we don't know how much they're going to add, so that's my unknown. How much 40% ethanol will be used, right, to create this final quantity. Now, this is part real easy right here. This quantity is easy. It's just read it straight across. 1,800 plus X. And now you've got your equation. Let me show you how to read this. You go this times this plus this times this will be equal to this times this. And there's your equation. Okay, we're going to practice a couple more of these. I hope this will be helpful for you. But this is a great way to visualize this. So draw the two cans, draw the final mixture. Remember, on the top, you're going to put whatever the percentage is, and in the main body, you're going to put whatever quantity it is. Okay? Hope that was helpful.